Day 12! And we're done. Well, still got about 3 to 4 minutes with me, and then we are done. So, day 12. Now, I already know what it is because it's the last one that's on the back and they don't explain it. And it's also one that I already have. So, this is the Balvenie. This is the 12-year-old double wood. Now, it is a whiskey oak and a sherry oak cask, 40%, and yeah, 12-year-old. So, it has been about a year and a half since I've opened this and actually had it. I don't even remember what it tastes like, so, ooh, there you go. So I've had like one drop out of this. Looks like. So I haven't had much before. So this is around $100, 90 to $100, 12-year-old, 40%. It is in double wood, so that means matured in 2 distinct casks. The Balvenie double wood acquires its complex yet rich and smooth taste with it from its maturation in 2 different types of oak casks. Whiskey oak, many years of maturation in traditional whiskey casks, mellows the maturing spirit and imparts warming layers of vanilla spiciness. That's the first one. And then a sherry oak. So further maturation in European oak sherry casks increases complexity, bringing fruity honey depths to the resulting single malt. Now, well, that's pretty cool. So David Stewart is the Balvenie malt master. They actually have the signature and name on the box. Yeah, I don't know if that camera is even focusing. So, these guys, the Balvenie always gets a good rap online, but mainly what I see is the high statements. So the Caribbean cask, the 14-year-old Caribbean cask, and like the 21, 25-year-olds is hugely popular, and also a lot more expensive. Now, the 12-year-old, I believe they only started doing this back in 1993. Again, I might be wrong on that one there, but yeah, we'll see how we go. So I don't think there's anything else on the bottle here. Here we go. The Balvenie distillery has been owned by the same independent family company for 5 generations. Nowhere else you will find a distillery that still grows its own barley. They still malt in its own traditional floor maltings. They still have coppers to tend the casks, a coppersmith to tend the stills. There we go. So they're keeping it in the family and they're keeping it old school and doing everything themselves. So I would say, you know, your quality control is all on them. Established 1892. So, ooh, I actually do not remember this one at all. So it's got the sweetness, bit of honey. It's very inviting. Okay. So, getting more of a dried fruit, a little bit of sweetness, nothing over the top. Smallest amount of that sherry cask coming through. Very small amount of sherry cask coming through. It's lingers for a little bit. It's not a long finish on it. A little bit of spiciness on the tongue, but nothing major. All in all, that's actually a really good drink. At $100 though, yeah, look, that's okay. I reckon you'd probably, if you can find it on special for, you know, it's 90 to $100 anyway with most places. If you could pick this up for 80, that is an amazing drop for $80. Stepping up to $100, you're probably stepping down on the rankings. Would I buy it? Yeah, I'll keep this one there. What I would do, I think this would be semi-okay. I'm going to try that tonight, actually. This would actually be okay with a Boilermaker because you've got more of that sherry kind of flavor coming through. I reckon that we can match that with a Epic Stout. What do I have? I've got some in the cupboard or in the fridge. I'm going to make one. All right, guys. What a bit of a weird journey this has been. I'm going to do a bit of a wrap up of this. And it's quite simple. $44. Fantastic fucking buying. $110 to $120 buying. probably one of the worst investments you'll ever do. Now, I get this. If you are watching this and you're thinking, hey, it's coming to Christmas time and you're going to buy your partner a single malt drinks by the dram pack for an advent calendar, can I tell you not to do it? Not this one anyway. This is not great value for money. Go buy an actual bottle for 120 bucks. Go buy something they can drink, 22 drinks out of instead of 12. If you can pick it up for very similar money that I did, do it, because it's not a bad buy at all for that, but it is definitely not worth the money that most people paid. I will say, have a look online for whiskey advent calendars, because we're July right now. In the next 3 months, there'll probably be a few kind of popping up. The one that I want to get and the one that I missed out on was the Whiskey Loot one, and that is 25 days of whiskey. It's in a big box, and I believe, I may have this wrong, it actually comes in the full 60ml bottles as well. Whiskey Pete did a review on them, so I'll try and find that if I can, but type in Whiskey Pete, type in Whiskey Loot Advent Calendar, have a look at that. He was very impressed with it. And if, you know what? If he is impressed with something, then I'm sure you and I will be as well. So guys, thank you for coming along on 12 days. I know that it hasn't probably been that exciting, but at the same time, these are all pretty basic whiskeys that you're kind of getting into. This is not over the top, really expensive whiskeys. And again, the price point of 44 bucks really shows that. So anyways, I don't know what the next project is. I've got some ideas. Alinta's got some ideas. You might actually meet Alinta in one of the next ones. So let's tee that one up. All right, guys. I'll catch you later on.